Hey everyone, today we're diving into the brand new iPhone 17 leaks, and yes, it has been leaked thanks to Apple themselves and some few other people. We have found the details that we know so far about the iPhone 17, and in today's video we're going to be reviewing the battery, the price, the camera, and all the new changes, and trust me, this is surprising. So yes guys, Apple themselves have just confirmed the design for this year's iPhone, which is the iPhone 17, and the camera is getting the biggest upgrade ever. Here's all you need to know. So let's move on to the first biggest leak that we know. So Apple is going to use a bar for the camera now. So you're going to have all the cameras on the left side, and on the right side you're going to have the light and your radar. So far we've actually seen a view of somebody using the iPhone 17 in the front. So as you can see, he's sort of holding the phone, and we can just like sort of tell how he's holding it, and the design looks exactly like the iPhone 17. We were actually lucky to get a second POV on that, and now as you can see, there's a guy standing on the right, so he's apparently just covering for the iPhone so no one else can see it, and the guy on the left is the guy who we just saw. Unfortunately, we can't zoom in, so we can't really see any of the features way too early, but that's the best we've got so far. So even with confirmation from Apple, we're not entirely sure why they're stretching the whole camera system. Like, wasn't it fine just how it was? Why are they moving it? What are they doing it for? And how is it going to change the iPhone? But I think we've just found the answer. So according to a new leak, Apple is trying to completely redesign the zoom lens on the iPhone. The telephoto zoom, which is currently set at 5x, is now set to physically move forward and backwards on the 17 Pros, and is set to go 8x now. Now, this wouldn't be possible on the iPhone 16 because everything is just compact to one side and nothing spread out, unlike the new iPhone 17. Which, in my opinion, would be the biggest jump in Apple for the cameras in a ton of years. Now, I should say, the same leak showed that they're actually going to add another photo button on the side of the Apple phone, which in my opinion just doesn't seem right, since the first one doesn't really get used as often. Now, I just don't believe this will happen because, first of all, it'll just look really bad having just two buttons popping out for no reason, and also because it won't be as compact as we're thinking it will be. But also, it just looks really bad on the phone overall. So there is some other leak that are saying that the Apple camera will be even more complex now, adding more Pro modes. But most people think that this is just like overlapping with the Pro camera app that they released earlier last year in 2024. So that's probably the main reason, because the camera app should just stay simple as it is, so it's easy for everyone to use. So according to another leaker that's really good at guessing what colors iPhones are going to be, they think one is going to be liquid glass. So basically, it'll shine a different color when you're looking at it from one angle, and when you look at it and turn your head, it'll be a different color, like sort of rainbowish nearly, which does seem pretty cool. Now, they also have added a few more colors like orange, blue, gray, silver, and black. There is some arguing that Apple is actually replacing their titanium with aluminum, so maybe because it's more cheaper, that's what most people think. And with the leaks, we can basically confirm that this is exactly what they're doing. Since in this new leak, we can actually see somebody holding the iPhone 17's chassis, which just shows a big circle in the middle, and it's just a single piece of aluminum. And we can confirm this is from the iPhone 17 because, as you can see, the camera is fully stretched out at the top, and there's a hole there just for the glass MagSafe that's new. Now, there is some more leaks of the iPhone 17, but this one just doesn't look right. It just looks like an iPhone 16 Pro, but just with a stretched out camera. So I'm pretty sure this won't be the final iPhone 17, especially with all of the leaks that we've viewed so far. Although titanium might not be fully absent on the new iPhone 17, since there is a chance where they blend titanium and aluminum together. Maybe the most exciting thing we've seen in the past week for the Air is this exact size of the battery. I thought it wasn't going to be very good, but this is the photo of the iPhone 17 Pro Max's battery next to the iPhone 17 Air's battery. Not only is it half the size, but it specifically measures a thickness at 2.49 millimeters. Which is not actually that big of space for battery, and we know it has to fit into the 3.25 millimeter thinner phone, and that might just be a very tight fit. Now, of course, the MagSafe Air case is also going to be used as a day-to-day thing, but in my opinion, I don't really think it's going to help that much with like battery saving and all that, and I think it's just like sort of getting worse and worse as it goes on, especially because the new Air is not actually getting the same MagSafe either. On the Pros, they get this brand new design that changes the magnet positioning and shifts it down on the phone, likely to offer wireless charging on reverse, so like on another phone. On the Air, just the same MagSafe that we've had since 2020 on Apple phones, which is pretty disappointing, especially since we know all the other sacrifices the Air has to make, like a slightly smaller camera, a slower processor, and just one less speaker. The closer we get to launch, the harder this phone actually seems to justify. Apple's actually looking at a $50 price increase for both of the Pros in addition to the Air. So if Apple follow their pricing from last year, it keeps the base iPhone 17s still at $800. It puts the Air up to about $949, the Pro at $1,049, and the Pro Max at $1,249. Well, if you're wondering why the prices are increasing, it's because of tariffs. And of course, Apple isn't going to be marketing it as much, but that's one of the main reasons the price is increasing. Since Apple's money needs to go a bit higher, so they are passing that extra money needed onto the person who is buying the phone. So to market the phones to the public, it seems like they're going to actually increase the storage from 128 gigabytes to 256 gigabytes. So even though it's $50 more this year, you're still getting double the space. So the launch date for the iPhone 17s have also been released the other day. They are planning the September event this year on September 9th on a Tuesday. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this iPhone leak video. This is all I currently know, but there will be a video coming out shortly, maybe in early September, about if we get any more leaks. Thank you so much for watching this one, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.